Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are filming a massive unhaul and I already probably put in the title of how many it is, but as I'm filming, I don't know. I am surrounded by piles of books that I collected over 1.5 years before I finally got to film this, because in my hand I had to finish like at least 2 really big projects before I could actually film this unhaul, even though I definitely could have split it in 2 or 3 parts, but here we are. I'm gonna try to make a long introduction short, but basically for a really long time I wasn't planning to unhaul a single book. I was planning to own every single book I ever read for the rest of my life, which is a bit intense, especially since why would I keep a 2-star read I read like 10 years ago? But I was going to do that, and I was also going to buy all the books if I read them, for example, on audio or digitally. I was going to buy them and keep them forever. That is not the current plans anymore. I decided that life is too long. It's too short to read all the books I want to read, but it's too long to keep all the books I didn't particularly like. I have had 2 small unhauls of like 30 books, but that was just like when I finally decided to actually do something about it. I think that most of the things they were for free. This is more like books. I don't know. Obviously the other books in the other unhauls were books, but this is more like I actually went into my collection. I picked out like the things I really didn't want to keep. I have read through so many bad books for me over like the last year to be able to do this unhaul, because I wanted to read a lot of them before actually deciding to get rid of them, because I had this fear that I would end up enjoying them later and regret unhauling them. I also have this fear still, especially like if I suddenly one day want to reread them, it is unavailable and I will never get to be able to read it. So I have fears about it still, and I'm like, am I actually going to do this? Yes, I am, because here we are, and I like really been amping myself up to it for a really, really long time. And I'm sitting upstairs because I'm gonna have some friends over that is gonna be able to come and pick out from my books what they want to just get. And then it's better to be here upstairs where it's more space. But also I wanted to use this table in the living room because I'm going to pile them in groups of 10, I think, so that then it's easier to count, because I really have not counted how many they are. So that was a long intro. I feel like I don't have that much more to say, except that I'm sorry if I'm unhauling your favorite book. A lot of these is really because I personally didn't enjoy them. Some I read, like I would say 90% of these. Some I just really thought that I'm not gonna like it, there's no point of me keeping. I actually enjoyed some of them a bit, but then hated the sequel, so I decided to get rid of the whole series because I don't want to keep one book in a series. Most likely I don't do that. And some are just authors that are meh and I don't want to have their books, and some I read by them and some I haven't, so it's a whole thing. But I'm not gonna go into details for every book because obviously I know it's at least 150 books here. So that's gonna just take ages, so we're just gonna show off the books and move on, and I'm not gonna talk too much about each book, but I think we should get started because I do believe it's gonna take me at least an hour. I don't even know where to start. I'm like literally surrounded by books. I don't know where to start. We can go here in this pile. We have Ink Mistress and Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Colthurst. Goodbye. Pile on the back, right? Ugh. Aurora Rising and Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This one is personally assigned to me. This one is Goldsboro Exclusive Edition. That is alone insane that I'm unhauling exclusive editions, because I definitely did not think that that would ever happen. A Wicked Thing by Rhiannon Thomas. It's like a glare from the window. It's not really helpful. The Lying Game. We have The Lying Game, Never Have I Ever, and Two Truths and a Lie, all by Sarah Shepard. Even The Darkest Stars by Heather Fassett. Hearth of Thorns by Brie Barton. Favorite edition. Is that already 10 books? We might need to pile in 15s. Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn March. Whole Darkest Mind series by Alexander Bracken. We have book 1, Darkest Minds, 2, Never Fade, 3, The Darkest Legacy, and 4, In the Afterlife. Bien Spo by Lars Sabier Christiansen, a Norwegian series. All of them arcs I got for free at work. And this is 1, 2, and 4. Because I don't have 3. The Serpent's Secret by Sayantani Dasgupta. Ice Walls and Scorched Dragons 1 and 2 in the Elemental series by Amy Kaufman. Divergent by Veronica Roth. So we have Divergent and Insurgent and Allegiant. Silver Under Nightfall by Winter Echo. The Thousand Floors series by Catherine McGee. We have The Thousand Floor. We have, what does it even say? The Dazzling Heights. And The Towering Sky I do believe that is the order, but it doesn't really matter. A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal. Final Strife by Sarah El Arifi. I have to say I love this, but I have 2 other sets. Vagabonds by Ella Gosha Osunda. The Memory Librarian by Janelle Monet. Under the Whispering Door by T.G. Clune. Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. The Democrat edition. I don't know why this is so dusty. Eight Will Fall by Sarah Harrian. This is awkward edition. I think the cover is a bit different than the original. I get my back starts to hurt because I need to turn so much. The Sisters Grimm by Nana One Prague. The Power by Naomi Alderman. More Than This by Patrick Ness. Tokyo Dreaming and Tokyo Ever After by Emeko Jean. The Thread or Tråden by Victoria Hislop. Ever the Hunted and Ever the Brave by Erin Summerhill. The Crown's Game and The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye. Circle of Shadows by Evelyn Skye. The Ravens or Ravnene by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. The Sun and the Void by Gabriela Romero La Cruz. Illumicrate edition. One of my favorite editions. Goodbye. A Dark and Droning Tide by Alison Saft. Illumicrate edition. I'm not bitter at all, honestly. A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. Neon Ghost by Daniel B. Green. Daughter of the Burning City by Amanda Foody. The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott. A Norwegian book about zombies. How do I even translate this? Zombie explosion? Something. My brain died, but it's fine. Oh god. Machine Hood by S.B. Divya? Whoa! That flew. It's dusty. Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero. I believe that this book glowed in dark, but I don't know if it does anymore. Kingdom of the Wicked series by Kerry Maniscalco. Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and Kingdom of the Feared. Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Sevin. Hide by Kirsten White. Why is it so dusty? I'm sorry. Beautiful Word, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. Whoa! Shanghai Immortal by A.Y. Chow. Favorite edition. Jade Fire Gold by June C.L. Tan. I was going to say favorite edition, but it's not. I don't think there is one. Curse of Saint by Kate Dramis. Favorite edition. Rip. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I just want to say, I do have other editions of this. I just don't need this normal hardback. Ghost Talkers by Mary Ravenette Cole. What If It's Us? And Here's to Us by Becky Albertalli and Adal Serrero. Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue and The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzie Lee. Kings, Queens and In-Betweens by Tanya Boteyu. Astante and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And The Inexplicable Logic of My Life, both by Benjamin Allaire Sands. Cafe Con Litchi and Meet Cute Diary by Emery Lee. Ship It by Britta London. Release by Patrick Ness. My Life on the Road by Gloria Steinem. Call on a Hawk and Mr. Impossible by Maggie Z. Water. Now I need to turn this way again. Valiant by Leslie Livingston. Witches Steeped in Gold and Emperor's Crown in the Red by Synanon Smart. Am I Normal Yet by Holly Bourne. Lessons of Scholomance. So we have A Dead Dedication, Illumicrate edition, The Last Graduates, and The Golden Enclaves. After the Fire by Will Hill. We Are Blood and Thunder and We Are Bound by Stars by Kezia Lupo. The whole Book of the Ancestor. We have Blood Sister, Grey Sister, and Holy Sister by Mark Lawrence. The Diabolic by S.G. Kincaid. Grim Lovelies by Megan Shepard. Carve the Mark and The Fates Divide by Veronica Roth. The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine. Into the Crooked Place and City of Spells by Alexander Christo. Favorite edition. Editions in plural. A Sheer of Snow and Sky and A Storm of Ice and Stars by Lisa Ludek. Bridge of Clay by Marcus Zusak. The Familiars or The Night of the Dead by Monica Steinholm and Tonje Marie Clausen. I'm trying to say Norwegian and English at the same time. Off With Their Heads by Sohana Mikuta. Kids of Appetite and Mosquitoland by David Arnold. We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach. The Case of Stars by Kirsten White. Lost in the Neverwoods by Aidan Thomas. My Time in These Forests, this is Norwegian, by Gaute Heivold. The Borrower by Camilla Grebe and Carl David Passon. Passengers, or is it Passenger and Wayfarer by Alexander Bracken. Emperor of the Eight Islands by Leon Hearn. The Silence by Tim Lieben. The Sandcastle Empire by Kyla Olson. I think that this is awkward exclusive cover. Rouge by Mon Awad. Sherwood by Megan Spooner. And Hunted by Megan Spooner. I do believe we need to pile in 15. Fates and Furies by Lauren Groff. Heartless by Marissa Mayer. Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. Seen It by Sasha Altsberg and Lindsay Cummings. Find Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. Rebel of the Sands trilogy. We have Rebel of the Sands. We have Traitor to the Throne. And Hero of the Fall by Alvin Hamilton. I don't know why I can't say it right now. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. The Walled City by Ryan Grodin. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Love, Hate and Other Filters by Samira Ahmed. The Art of Being Normal by Lisa Williamson. Girl Online by So Sug. Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. All About Mia by Lisa Williamson. Diary of an Oxygen Thief by Anonymous. Verity by Colleen Hoover. Sheltering Rain by Jojo Moyes. Gossip Girl, the first book in Norwegian that I got for free. All These Bodies by Kendra Blake. The Watchmaker, Norwegian book by Gert Nygaard. We have the Wool trilogy. Is that what it's called? I don't remember. But it's Wool, Shift and Dust by Hugh Howey. Uprooted by Naomi Novik. The whole Keeper of the Lost City series, which I'm struggling to carry because it was many. We have Keeper of the Lost Cities, Exile, Everblaze, Never Seen, Lodestar, Nightfall, Flashback, Legacy, Unlocked, and Stellaloon, all by Shannon Messenger. Me Before You and After You by Jojo Moyes. Death Angels 3 by Stefan R.M. Sørum. Skjalg and Trim trilogy, which is a Norwegian children's series. So we have the Runestone, we have the Dragon Travel, the Dragon Journey, and the Frost Kingdom. Winter's Promise by Christelle Davos. Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. A Spool of Blue Thread by Anne Taylor, or En blå tråd, because it's in Norwegian. Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. Fruit Witch and Wind Witch by Susan Leonard. A Deadly Dedication again. This is the Awkward edition. Havboka, or the Ocean Book by Morten A. Strøksnes. Bergens Ungdomsteater, or Bergens Teen Kids Young Adults Theater by Pedro Camo Alvarez. Natthuset, or The Night House by Jo Nesbø. Again, but better by Christine Riccio. Empress of a Thousand Skies and Blood of a Thousand Stars by Rhoda Belleza. First Become Ashes by K.M. Sparsa. Nemesis by Brendan Rage. The Call by Pedro O'Gullin. As Princess by Laura Sebastian. Prisoner of Night and Fog by Anne Blankman. New World Rising by Jennifer Wilson. Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. I always call it Ace of Spades. Oh! If I Stay by Gail Foreman. Rain and the Storm by Regina Bergen. Thornwood by Leah Cypress. Zero's Trilogy by Scott Westerfeld. And then it's Margot Lanigan and Deborah Biancotti. So we have Zero's, Swarm and Nexus. Flawed and Perfect by Cecilia Aaron. Illuminate Trilogy by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. We have Illuminate, we have Gemina, we have Obsidian. Caraval and Legendary by Stephanie Garber. Juniper Lemon's Happiness Index by Julie Israel. Is that gonna work? Woe So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kammerer. The Trees by Ali Shaw. The Crimson Petal and the White by Michael Faber. Astonish Me by Maggie Shipstead. Dark Detectives, an anthology of supernatural mysteries edited by Stephen Jones. But You're a Horse by David Bussell. Glass City, or City of Glass by Paul Ulster. I Love Dick by Chris Cross. Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellows. Redwall by Brian Jacques. A Boy Called Hope by Laura Williamson. Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Prince of Thorn trilogy by Mark Lawrence. So we have Prince of Thorns. It's dusty. We have Emperor Thorns and we have King of Thorns. I do actually believe Emperor is last, if I remember correctly. The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. After the Forest by Cal Woods, Illumicrate edition. A Studying Drowning by Abba Reed, Illumicrate edition. Fifth Wave trilogy. We have Fifth Wave. We have Infinity Sea and The Last Star, all by Rick Yancey. Sister Bells and like the Weave by The Last Meeting. Early One Morning by Virginia Bailey. Fog Kisser by Garth Nix. Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. The 39 Clues by Rick Riordan. Norwegian. Master of One by Jada Jones and Danny Bennett. When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. The whole Everland trilogy. We have Everland, we have Umberland and Ausland by Wendy Spinal. Deverell Castle, first trilogy. So we have, I don't know the original titles, but Tona, Kjærlighet and Krig. And then the second one is actually the Deverell Castle's Daughters. And then it is The Last Secrets of the Castle. First 3 books by Santa Montefiore. The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. Fortuna Sworn by K.G. Sutton. Me, Earl and a Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews. The Hobbit by J.R. Tolkien, only because I only want it in English. The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. The Christmas Wish by Lindsay Kalk. Ice Whispers by Helenka Stachera. Conversation with Friends by Sally Rooney. Wonder by R.G. Palacio. All the Right Places and Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. Grace and Fury and Queen of Ruin by Tracy Banghart. In theory now the table is full. I was thinking we could stack down here actually, because then we can fill this space. Because then we keep to 10 a pile and we're soon done, so it's fine. We have Renegades by Marissa Mayer. 172 Hours on the Moon by Johan Hastad. Norwegian author in English. We have There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins and The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. I don't know why I'm sitting so on the side, but it was easier to stack. Lore by Alexander Bracken. Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. The Love Letter by Lucinda Riley. Postcards from Greece by Victoria Hislop. And then Stardust by Neil Gaiman. Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Bashordost. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Breach of Peace and Rebels Creed by Dana B. Green. Wolf by Wolf by Rorian Grodin. Winter's Orbit by Verena Maxwell. Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Crystal. Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. Normal People by Sally Rooney. The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Queen of Hearts. And then Blood of Wonderland. And then War of the Cards, all by Colleen Oakes, which is Blood of Wonderland trilogy. I don't actually remember the name of the actual series. Mara Dyer trilogy. So we have the Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, we have the Evolution of Mara Dyer, and we have the Retribution of Mara Dyer. This is Where It Ends by Marike Nijikamp. Rose Blood by A.G. Howard. Flowers of Evil Volume 1 by Susho Ishimi. Gear Breakers and God Slayers by Sohana Mikuta. Shiver and Linger by Maggie Warder. Don't remember which one is first, but half of the quartet. The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. Though I am excited because there's a movie coming with Leighton Meester and Jared Padalecki. So I'm excited to watch that. We have the Prince of Fool trilogy, whatever it's called. The Red Queen's War, yeah. So we have Prince of Fools, we have The Liar's Key, and The Wheel of Oldham, all by Mark Lawrence. Victory is Greater Than Death by Charlie Jane Anders. The Hazel Wood by Melissa Albert. Don't remember the name of the series, Last Binding maybe. So we have A Marvelous Light, we have A Restless Truth, and A Power Unbound, all by Freya Marsk. Magonia and Eerie by... where's the name? Maria Davana Headley. The Yazad Ear by Sarah Hassan, the Democrat edition. Version 0 by David Yoon. Book of Nights by Holly Black. This is Fairloot? Yes, maybe. Verses of Lies by K.M. Enright. Stunning, stunning, Stunning book. Goodbye. Dream House by Marzia Bisogin. Now we have 10 in all of these piles as well. I guess I just like compile on the sides. We are very soon done. So Clash of Steel by C.B. Lee, sorry. In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland. Rasputin by Margaret Rogerson. A Portrait of a Thief by Grace D. Lee. Magic Steeped in Poison and A Venom Dark and Sweet by Judy Allen. Blood Skyan by, it is Skyan by Deborah Falahi. This Poison Heart and This Wicked Fate by Kaylin Bayron. This is Poisons We Drink by Bethany Baptiste. We need one more pile. 4 Colleen Hoover books. We have Slammed. We have This Girl. We have Port of No Retreat and Hopeless. Don't remember which one is in series with which in this moment. The Streaming Staircase by Jonathan Stroud. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. The Bone Shard Trilogy by Andrew Stewart, which consists of The Bone Shard Daughter, The Bone Shard Emperor, and The Bone Shard War. RIP. Goodbye. Whoa! Or no, it was really mad at me. Oh my god, the last pile was perfectly in a 10, which means that we are on a round number. I just haven't counted over. So the last book is The Water Outlaws by S.L. Huang. And that was the whole Unhaul. That was a lot of books. Let's count them. There's 250 on the top, and on the bottom we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is 70 books. That means we have 270 books in this Unhaul. So not 300 like I maybe thought I have, but I always said like around 200 to 250, which was very correct. Exactly 270 was a bit skills, I think. I actually have even more books I'm giving away outside of this that wasn't officially unhauled because like it was like an extra edition I got for some reason, like if it was damaged, etc. So I'm giving them away too to see if people want them. But actually notice there was one last box. There's actually 271, but Life. It is actually Spinning Silver by Norman Novick because I have another edition of this. So I decided to unhold this. So I ruined a nice number by looking over at one pile of books. That is it for my biggest unhaul. I've probably been biggest unhaul ever, but that is 271 books. That's a lot of books. So many books. And I hope you enjoyed this unhaul. It was a lot. Shorter than I thought for the film, but obviously because I didn't talk. Is there any books you're screaming at me to get rid of? Is there anything you totally understand? I am happy. I feel I did great. Leave a heart emoji down below if you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you all for all your support, and you should see me soon. Bye!